Hey everybody, and welcome back to Live Between Paychecks Kitchen. I'm Oz, Jack and later still in Lake Jackson, and we're going to do breakfast. And I am hungry, so I woke up early to do this one. So this is going to be great. I haven't done it with the croissant, so this is going to be fun, something new. We're going to jump right into it. Apparently it's going to be amazing. I can tell you in the outro. Before we get into it, be sure to like, share, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y stuff, ring the notification bell down in that corner, let you know when we do these as close to Tuesday and Friday as we can, because we're busy. It's a lot of stuff going on, but we get these, put these out there. Thank you very much for watching. Also, there's a link down the doobly-doo for our merch, like this apron and some other cool stuff. We're a small business. We appreciate that. And let's just get into the food. Enough talking, right? Like, let's just do the food stuff. Yeah. All right. So, not a lot of stuff in this one. You're going to need some cheese. Now, I got some Gouda because I'm fancy like that. You want to get some of these brown and surf, which I think all meat is brown and surf, but some of the sausages. I got some croissants. You can use any kind of bread, but I got these for cheap. And then eggs. You're only going to, if you're into eggs, it's very optional. You want a little bit of butter or bacon grease or both. I'm going to use both. And then you're going to want a panini thing, right? Like this is my waffle maker. It just came with extra plates, right? So, yeah, or I'll give you some other options if you don't have one of these things, okay? So first get you a decent sized skillet. I think this is my medium sized one here. You're going to put it about medium high. All right, you're going to add a little bit of butter, about a tablespoon or two of butter, or just a spoon of bacon grease. Now I just leave my spoon in there because it's stuck to it, and I don't want to like wipe it off. Once it melts, get the spoon out of there, and just dump the frozen sausages in there. Now you can use patties and stuff, but I use these links mostly just because I want to line them up and make a train track here because the obsessive compulsiveness of it, and let that start cooking. Now they're mostly cooked, you just need to brown them a little bit, okay? So be sure to turn them when you get a chance. Get you some tongs, give them a testing, and then turn these, okay? You want to slowly turn them when they're starting to get brown and then move them to one side, okay? I'm just going to save your time. You can just cook the sausage and pull it out and then cook the eggs, but I do it in the same pan. So just go ahead and just, if you're going to add the eggs, just put it off to the one side. Everybody's got an oven where it runs to one side or the other. Just put it where it runs down in the grease. Now, if it runs, usually I just let my eggs cook, you know, whatever shape they make or whatever, unless they're all up in my meat like this. But this, we're trying to make it on a sandwich, so I go ahead and just kind of keep scooping it in here in the grease, and it'll just cook it down to where it's small enough to fit on that croissant, whatever. So just scrape the edges, and then to help out here, I'll take my spatulas and try to hold my sausage back, which needs to be on a t-shirt, and let that grease go around that back and the outside because we're cooking on the edge of the skillet. See right here? So I'm going to let it go back there, and it helps keep it where it's easier to flip and it doesn't stick and it doesn't cook too hard on that high side that's away from the fire, okay? So just keep slapping that over there, and then once it gets to how you want to cook, I like to leave mine a little bit runny, mostly just to annoy my father. I'm 43-year-old, and that's why I do my eggs that way. Just get it to whatever you feel like. Go ahead and flip it. You can use any kind of eggs. You can scramble them if you feel like, whatever. I try to do over easy. I can't do sunny side up because it just tends to pop and get all in my panini press, whatever. But just get this in here. Be sure to get that grease gets around there. Make sure your sausages are still turning, and you're putting the gray parts down on the metal. Put the meat on the metal, as we say, and cooking that, and keep them turning, okay? And keep them out of your eggs. Now, you can do this with multiple eggs at once and kind of cut them later, or scrambled eggs, whatever. But as soon as they get to as cooked as you want them, we'll probably do a video on just how to do eggs, like the different ways to cook eggs and what they're supposed to look like. But this is just cooked until how I like it, and pull it out. Now the sausage is brown all over, and we're going to put it in a press anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and pull those off, turn off the heat to your skillet, to your oven, right? Now, your croissants or buns or whatever you're going to use isn't generally split, so get you a nice sharp knife. Shout out to Andy, thank you again. And just split these. Be very careful with your knife, especially if you're cutting in your hand like my idiot stuff did. Now, be careful if it's got a hole in it, because the croissant, you want that on the top. So, before you heat up your panini press, get you a little butter and spread it on here, or get you some of that like Pam spray or cooking spray, and that works fine, but butter works just as good. So I just get it on here, spread it around, and because I'm doing this without it turned on, I can use my hand. Don't neglect the top and the bottom. Now I leave a couple little pieces of butter here, and we're going to get a couple later for the top. But you go ahead and put the bottom of your croissant bread, whatever you're going to do, down there. Then we're going to stack our sausage. Now be careful, because the sausage can still be hot because it came out of the skillet, and it's going to try to roll, so you're going to have to reach and catch it with your hand, okay? The trick to that is using cheese as food glue and putting it across there, keep it from rolling, or your egg. Just stack your eggs, stack your stuff. Very easy. And then I'm going to do this one here without the egg. Like, I'm not a giant fan of egg, especially in like sandwiches and stuff. But if you want to do it without that, here's how you do it. Again, same thing. Just put your sausage here, and I'm going to show you how the sausage tends to roll, boop, boop, and tries to escape. Right? Got to be careful. That burner was still hot. I just burned the crap out of myself. And then use your cheese, whatever cheese you feel like. I used aged Gouda, and put it on there. And it's food glue. It keeps it from rolling. Now, once that's good, go ahead and put your top of your bread down. And then before I start it, what I like to do is get a little bit of the butter, the same pat I was using, mush it around a little bit, and just put one little drop on top. It helps brown it, makes it feel good, and it doesn't stick, okay? So you're just going to mash the crap out of it, and you got to kind of be careful and hold on to it as it squishes down, because you don't want it just squirting everything out. Now you just kind of have to muscle this one. It's kind of like the Noffles. The squish is half the part, man. And be careful if it's hot. So plug it in, turn it on, whatever, and then give it a good squish, and then lock it down. I didn't think it'd fit either, but it did. And if you use any kind of runny yolk, it's probably going out the side. So that's just a horrible thing. So I've done this for about 2.5, 3 minutes here. We're going to see like everything's browning. Everything's already cooked. We're just heating it, mashing it, and melting it, and it's hot. And melting the cheese. So if the cheese there, just go ahead and pull the cheese and put it on top. That's fine. It'll not stick, and pull them off of those are the best ones. But keep it in there. I try to keep mine for about 4 or 5. Make sure it's nice and melted and heat it all the way through and nice and mushed. All right, so 3 or 4 minutes for normal is fine, but I want mine extra done. You can see how dark brown this is in the middle. Now get your tongs, right? Give them a nice test squeeze. Yeah, click, click. And then pull these apart. Now remember, these were 2 different things, so they're kind of mashed together a little bit with cheese, but they'll be easy to separate, okay? Get you your fancy paper plates there. Put these out and be sure to unplug or turn off your Panini press or whatever you're using, because you don't want to accidentally burn anything down. Grab these, pull them off, and then get all the extra cheese off of there while it's still melty. You can put it right on your food, and it won't stick to your stuff. So that's it. That's all this takes. This is super easy. It's, I mean, you have to have the Panini press thing, or you can use a skillet. I'll explain this. You can just get a skillet and put it back in the same skillet you got, like a big cast iron thing, or just a big spatula, just mash crap out of it, put it in there. But this is great. It works for like meal prep if you want to get it, but just keep it in a plastic bag and keep it refrigerated. It's way too heavy to eat both of these myself, so I did like one, and then I had another one for like lunch later. So this is really neat, man. If y'all do it differently, you gotta let me know. Like, I want to try it with some different breads and cheeses and fillings and stuff. And there you have it, folks. This is amazing. I know the Panini Maker really makes it. It's just a waffle iron with a flat part on it, which is great. You can also just put it back in the skillet on very low heat and just put like a cast iron thing, or this, like a spatula, just mash the living bejeebles out of it. But this one is great. It makes it small, makes it, because that big sandwich you saw how it was, it flattened it down, makes it perfect. You can actually use this for like meal prep. You want to do it for breakfast, just make sure it's an airtight container, leave it in the refrigerator. And this is perfect. I'm just bragging about this one because it turned out really well. So if you do it differently, you want to see us do it differently, let me know, man. Put it down in the comments. That's what they're there for. You can also find me on social media. We're on Facebook, Pinterest, Patreon. We're all those that live between Paychecks Kitchen. We're also on Instagram at Live in Between. We had to shorten it down over there, make it a little more fitting to the algorithm. I don't know, whatever. But that's where we're over there. You can also find me, Osway Nerdy, on all those, including Twitter for now. And over on TikTok, where I'm doing some fun and some goofy stuff over there. So, yeah, find us, let us know, tell us what this, do this. I will revisit this. I will do this again. Now I got this Panini masher thingy to figure it out. So, yeah, let me know. And, if you got any other recipes, let us know. If it's something we really need to know, shout out to all our friends that have done that before. That's great. And I will see y'all next time. Happy fooding. I'm going to go eat some. This is amazing. Y'all be good. Be safe.